We are live, everybody. Ananda to the stage, please.
Or you can sit there. Good morning. Come on in from the outside if you can hear me. Good morning. Eric, do you know you got a haircut? Look at that. You look kind of handsome. Good morning. Come on in, everybody. Feels good, I'm sure. All right, well, good morning, everybody. Aloha! Welcome. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Community of Central Oregon. We are a wild soul sanctuary. And we're going to kick it off with Soul Shine. Not today. Ananda's going to start our chants. Awesome. Welcome, Ananda Das. We'll talk more.
All right. Good morning. Wow. This is the way we're going to start. So good to be back, y'all. So let's sing a little. How about just the ladies?
Surrender.
and just set the tone for the talk. So let's go ahead and put the Lakshmi Devi Ma up there. So you guys have the mantra and you can chant along. And so this is a mantra to invoke Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity that we'll be talking about today. And so we can use this mantra, Om Shri, say Om Shri.
Om Shri
Maha Lakshmi. And it's more like not Lakshmi, it's more like lucky. Lakshmi.
Lakshmi
Lakshmiye.
Lakshmiye
Namaha.
Namaha
Namaha.
Namaha
Good. And then Ma.
Ma
Shri Lakshmi Devi Ma.
Shri Lakshmi Devi Ma.
Beautiful. Okay, here we go. And Dave, try not to rush, so stay a little behind. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Together.
Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha.
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 Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi
Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha.
Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha.
Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha.
Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha.
Mama, Shri Lakshmi Devi Ma.
Shri Lakshmi Devi Ma.
Mama.
beautiful way to start the morning. Do you agree? Well, good morning again. My name is Kevin. I'll be your host today. You're at Unity. Thank goodness. I've been traveling for the past month or so. Claire and I went to Peru with some of you here in this room, where I was as close to death and as close to God as I've ever felt in my life, which broke me kind of wide open and raw. And then I went straight to a retreat for my ministry school in New York for another week, surrounded by 50 of the most open-hearted, loving people I could ever imagine, which dug deeper into those cracks that I had opened up. And then I get to come here. Tomorrow's another day, though. Tomorrow I got to face the real world. So that's a little. Well, one of the things we were reflecting on, which really made me think about last night, I was thinking about coming back to you guys, to our community, is that we realized in starting that community, that spiritual community schooling online that we were doing, we got to know each other from the inside out. Like we started with what's in your heart. What are your spiritual goals, desires, beliefs? What are you all about? It's been a year that we've been in class, and this is the first time we saw each other in person after a year of intense schooling online. And it was like, everybody's crying, I love you, I can't believe I'm seeing you in person. It was amazing. But then we realized at the end of the week, none of us knew what any of us actually did for a living. It didn't actually really matter until it became just a curious sprinkle on top of who they were from the inside out. And I thought, well, that's kind of like what being here is like. It's like you come here, you get to know people, you get to know their hearts, their spirit, their soul. And then, by the way, I'm a billionaire entrepreneur. Oh, yeah, whatever. Tell me more about your spiritual journey, I don't think I've met any billionaire entrepreneurs yet, but that would be really interesting. So let me know. But it did really wow, that's true. That's one of the beautiful things about this community is you get to really see the heart of people first. And I think that's so powerful because it's not typical, I don't think, right? I would like to set an intention, an opening prayer, if you will, for our service today. So if you're okay closing your eyes, you may, or find a soft gaze that you're comfortable with. Ooh, that was a beautiful sound. This morning, we come together with open hearts, open minds, curiosity, and love. Let's imagine what it would feel like to just fall in love with each other. No questions asked, no conditions, no expectations. How would your heart feel if you could fall in love all day long? Hold that thought, that feeling for a moment. What have you got to lose? What have you got to gain? Who could you become? And what could you do in the world? Amen to that. So it is. We do also want to acknowledge the land that we are on, the Wasco. I shouldn't be laughing about this. We're honored to be in this space because of the people that came before us, the tribes, people that came after the tribes that had a hard time, who worked hard to make this beautiful space available to us. We also want to acknowledge our chair, which many of you know is just to put people that we wish were here who can't be here. Maybe they're moved on, maybe they're just on vacation, but we want them here, and they're here. A mission statement? You want to do that? Okay, let's do a mission statement. Our mission statement is that we stand together to create a global ecosystem of unity, deep wisdom, and loving kindness. And so it is. Thank you for that. Today, as you might have noticed, we have Ananda Das back. I'm sorry I missed this week. He had an amazing concert, I hear, and workshop, and so we're so grateful that he's still going to be here sharing music with us, along with Greg and Anastasia, so also some of our favorite musicians. And Ananda will be doing the talk for us today, and now let's do something really fun. We're going to stand on one leg, pat your belly, rub your head, and celebrate. What are you happy about? This is the time for anybody to quickly just say, what are you happy about today? And I need some volunteers to run a mic around, and Claire will do it if we don't have anyone smaller than her, which is kind of hard to find. Here we go. Here we go.
Birthdays first.
Right there.
Birthdays.
Okay.
Who was born in June?
Celebrate anybody born in June. Whoa, we got a lot. Whoop, whoop.
So let's sing happy birthday, dear everyone. I'm sorry about my voice. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
The people who donated to my GoFundMe fund for my teeth, and I went to Mexico and came back, and my teeth are fixed. They still hurt, but they're fixed. Thank you very much. And my birthday is on Tuesday, and so I was thinking if y'all anybody want to go to Lava Lanes and bowl, or I can kick your butt at pool, one of those things. So if you'd like to join me around 7 o'clock, that's all I'm thinking.
Well, I'll kick your butt at pool if we're in the shallow end. But no, I'm celebrating. I'm just so happy to be not sick anymore, or at least not. Last time I was here, I was just getting, like, the symptoms were coming, and I was like, I had a concert, and I was just, please just get me through. Body, you can do what you want after today. And it was like, okay. And I was like in bed for most of the next week and a half. And it's finally back to feeling like a human again. So yay. And there you go.
Wonderful. Eric, I will kick your butt if we're wearing floaties. So it is bittersweet, my celebration. It's summer again, and so I'm going back to Europe to solo travel through Europe for 3 months again. I know, it's like I get excited to go, but I'm going to miss everybody here. But I will be watching, because it's about 6 p.m. there, so I'll be eating dinner and watching you guys this summer. So I'll miss you guys.
All right. We got on this one on this side. There, Lorraine?
Words can't describe. I will do my best. 3 glorious days with Ananda, Anastasia, Greg, and a whole bunch of other people. I'm sure you know who you are. Sorry, I can't name everybody. Life-changing once again. The kirtan was phenomenal. The 3-day workshop, understanding more about the deities and what they mean, and breakthroughs spiritually, physically. I've had some breathing issues, and I never thought I would understand about healing. And I can breathe pretty much today without pain. No, let's not say pretty much. I can breathe today without pain. And thank you. Obviously, those who couldn't make it, when Ananda comes back, yep, that's right. You must come. You must come.
Hi, well, first, if you left your sunglasses in the ladies' room, I have them. Celebrating Thursday, I volunteered with Russell around the Bend Farms and got to drive to a farm in Culver and pick, fresh onions and spinach and scallions and fill a bag for myself. I had like the best home-cooked dinner in forever. And my daughter and son-in-law just bought me an awesome paddleboard. Lightweight, I could carry it, and the pack has a backpack. I could like go anywhere, and I'm totally psyched and grateful.
Veggies in a paddleboard, nothing better. On this side.
If only I could swim, I would love to go with her, but I swim like a rock. It's a family thing. A couple of things. The first one is, I'm so sorry I missed Ananda, and I will do the next one, but I just have to say, I am so excited that my sister, my teacher, my friend Anastasia is here in her radiance. I love you so much. I'm so happy you're here. Second thing, I midwifed the birth of triplet goats in my barn. So if anybody wants to have a goat day, please come to the Harmony House because it's a sight to behold. It's life. I love life. And they're just running around now, so it's lovely.
So is that a goatee or goat three? Goat three. Goat three, goatee. Okay, there is one over here.
I am definitely right there with you at your barn. That sounds great.
Yeah.
I'm just celebrating the beautiful state of Oregon that we live in. I just did a 10-day road trip from Rhodes End, literally in Lincoln City, to Rhodes End at the end of Highway 82 in Joseph, Oregon. And everything was green, everything was blooming, it was abundant, just gorgeous. We went on the river, just wildflowers everywhere. So I love you, Oregon. Yay. And all of you.
And you didn't fall off the edge of the earth at the end of the road, obviously, so that's good.
I have
William.
No,
wait. Okay.
We've been wanting a trampoline for a long time, and on Unity U Count we saw Jim had one up, and we went and picked it up yesterday and set it up in our backyard, and we're looking forward to stargazing on warm summer evenings.
Nice.
Thank you, Jim.
All right, now Tiffany.
all right. Good morning. I have a celebration for our family. We saw Ananda Das here 3 years ago, and we bought a CD, and it's still in our car. It's the boys' favorite, and so we're happy you're back. And secondly, we're getting a little pool. We took down an old shed, and so we're getting a 4-foot deep pool. So we're going to learn to swim this summer.
Nice.
And just affirming that it's safe and joyful for everybody.
Absolutely.
Hi, I'm Reverend Jim. Joanna's off with her friends in Eagle Crest for a 3-day weekend. That's not what I'm celebrating. Just to be clear, okay? What I am celebrating, Robin, for your birthday, I'm heading out Tuesday for that 10-day trip like Jill took on a motorcycle with Joanne's brother, and we're heading up to northwestern Montana to the Kootenai National Forest for hiking. It's going to be wonderful.
Great. We have time for one more. Anybody want one more they want to throw out there? Online, back there. Nico, Claire.
Oh, Leon.
I like watching you run better, so.
Okay, we got a couple of big online celebrations. Lisa Jordan says, "Good morning, everybody."
Good morning.
She is celebrating learning how to trust again. So proud of our community, the love, and the very soon to open Back to Basic Farm Road for Bend. Turn off the news, create what we love, sunny side up, and Farm Road coming up. Farm Road name not yet decided, but it is coming. And then Eric Lowry, a couple months ago, he wrote down a prayer request to help manifest the means to embark on a spiritual retreat and meet the medicine Iboga. He's excited to say that he stepped through a lot of fear, booked the trip on faith before he knew all the ways that it would work out, He's flying to Costa Rica this Friday. All the money has come and all the spiritual gifts he was hoping to find. All the bigger questions have already been given and answered. He's let go of his remaining attachments and addictions and has been elevated to a new level in his spirituality and unity consciousness that is truly beyond words. He loves you all.
Wow. Woo. All right, we got one more. Leon's got one.
So,
Turn on his little mic.
so I'm taking some time off school. And I'm also gonna, I might have some beach time.
Oh. Good. Thank you. Yeah. Everybody needs a break once in a while from stressors of life. All right, kiddos. How about y'all come up and get a blessing so we can send you off to more important fun things. Ilana, leading our children today. Any other kids? Come on up. And if you would like, you can join us in blessing these wonderfuls as we send them off on their way. Sonia, are you helping with the kids today too? All right. Okay, Sonia and Ilana. Team Kiddos. All right, you ready, everybody? We appreciate the holy gift you are. We see the divine light shining from you. May you always know what a treasure you are, and may you always bring your gifts freely and fully to the world. Namaste. Woo-hoo. Okay. All right. While the kids exit, we're going to rip through announcements. We have a few of them here. Sound bath, as you know, every Sunday. Now we have alternating now between Shriman, it's back there, and Amandine, who's over here. So they're alternating weeks. So we still have it going every week. It's awesome. It's new. It's beautiful. I had a chance to do one right before we left for our trip, and it was amazing. So definitely check that out. That's 6 o'clock. Men's group is this week. It's tomorrow, 6 o'clock p.m. And then drum circle is this coming Saturday. Been very popular. They still won't let me in, but I'm trying because I am very jelly. Huh? I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. Fasting, what's it all about? Suzanne is going to be teaching a class. She is our local nutritionist, our local chef, professional chef. She wrote a book, and she's going to be doing a class on fasting, everything about fasting. I believe she's not going to talk fast, but she's going to talk about fasting. So don't worry. It'll be a good class. Sign up for that. That's Friday, June 6th. So that's coming right up pretty quick. And newcomers potluck dinner. Oh, this is us. Were you going to tell me? No, she did tell me, actually. Wednesday, June 11th, 6:30 at our house. We do these at our house. We do some other houses, but every month or so we'll have a newcomers potluck dinner. So if you haven't been to one, if you're relatively new, or if you're not that new, but you've never actually been to a newcomers dinner, sign up. We only have 6 spots. We limit it so that we can have a nice intimate table dinner together. We potluck it. We have a beautiful evening. We share about our journeys and who we are and get to know each other without resumes. It's a wonderful, wonderful experience. So please sign up ahead of time if you want to. You can do that online. Save the date. Our town hall is coming up. We do these quarterly, and the next one is June 15th, so just keep that in mind. These are really important for everybody, whether you're an actual member or not. You are more than welcome to come to the town hall, know what's going on, and share your voice. And then we have classes, the Unity Basics, and the membership information, which tells you more about what Unity is and what's it like to be a member. Those are coming up. I don't see a date. No, they're on the calendar. Okay. And then Dance Your Prayers with Beth, Reverend Beth. That has been super fun. And these are all on the calendar. So make sure you go online, check out our calendar. The latest and greatest information is always there. And time check, 10:25. I'm not too far off. All right. Ta-da! All right. Now I get the pleasure of inviting back up. I hope I'm correct in inviting back up Ananda. And are you going to do a song with everybody, or are you going to jump right into it? Yeah. Okay. So those of you who have not had the pleasure of Ananda, he's kind of a regular here. He comes back. He has been, huh? Well, he's still a regular. He comes back on a regular basis. So he has a special place in our hearts here through his music and his words and his wisdoms that he shares and just his beautiful way of presenting what he's discovered and the beautiful connection that we can make through song and music and kirtan together. And of course, there's a lot more to it, which I'm not going to spoil. So welcome, Ananda.
And I get the great honor of sharing with you one of my greatest, maybe, don't tell the other deities, but she's actually my favorite. It's our secret, okay? Shh. So I want to just talk a little bit about Lakshmi and share my inspiration as to why she's so special for me on my spiritual journey. So just a little iconography so we can look here and we can see that she is this depiction of, okay, so first of all, let me just, little foundations, okay? So the iconography, the mantras, the stories, because there's always myths and the stories go along with the deities. All of that is technology for us to go into the subconscious. It's to activate and awaken a deeper meaning of life, deeper essences of life, and then to pull out the gems and direct us ultimately, empower us on our path. So all of these teachings, whether there's the teachings or the iconography or the mantra or the yoga practices, whatever it may be, it's all designed to empower us on our path. And that's at a physical level, it's at the mental level, it's at the energetic level, and of course at the deepest level, it's at the soul and the spiritual level. Okay? So if we look at this depiction, for example, we see that she is in her royal regalia. She's in a beautiful pink sari. It's very common that she's depicted in that way. And you can see these gold coins flowing from her, right? So she is known as the goddess of prosperity. She's the goddess known as for giving and receiving. And what I always find really important to anchor into our consciousness is that, again, there's so much symbolism that's taking place here. And ultimately, this is a story of our own life. It's an archetype of our own life. How many of you enjoy having money? We like having money to spend on, food and, cars and houses and technology and invite people over and, right, go on trips. So we love having money, abundance. There's nothing wrong with money. Now, how many of you maybe have at times struggled with money? Whether maybe you don't have enough, maybe you have too much. Maybe it's a kind of a pain to deal with all your money, There's that too. Right? And so we have the material aspect of the prosperity, and then we also have the spiritual aspect of prosperity. How many of you have how many of you have like more than 10 books on spirituality in your house? How about 20 books on spirituality in your house? How about 30 books on spirituality in your house? How many of you have about 10 books that you've never even read on spirituality, but they're definitely in your house, and you're like, I'm absorbing them through just osmosis. They're there. I've heard that before. I'll put my book under my pillow, and I just absorb it that way. So what it symbolizes is that just from the books, let's not even talk spiritual teachers and teachings, that we have in abundance. Now, how many of you have had a significant person in your life who has helped you along the path of spirituality? Perfect. So they represent Lakshmi. They represent this prosperity, this abundance of spiritual teachings in your life. The books in your house represent prosperity. An abundance that's there. I mean, we could live in a different era where books would be almost non-existent. It would be very hard to get a hold of a book, right? So we're in this era of like, oh my gosh, endless books. Why do we even want books anymore? We got iPads. We have everything on Audible. Now it's like, oh my gosh, it's a burden to have a book sometimes, right? So now we're in a whole different era because now we have it all on podcasts and we all have it on Audible. And literally, you have so many options to choose from, you get overwhelmed. I was going to go listen to something spiritual, but just by trying to find something, I got overwhelmed and then I got distracted and I was doing something else. So now we have to have discernment of where we put our energy. Where do we put our focus? So again, you see, we have this surplus of abundance, and Lakshmi represents the material abundance, and she represents our spiritual abundance. However, with that said, she also represents not only that, but this ongoing blossoming of our awakening. So she's the goddess of the lotus. And the lotus represents coming from the mud, of course, to blossom out of the water. And it represents coming out of our ignorance, ultimately, our disconnection from life, disconnection from source, disconnection from the divine, and keep opening up to the infinite possibilities. Because it's very important from the yoga tradition, from the bhakti yoga tradition, consciousness is infinite. The divine is infinite. So there's never an end game to how we can connect and merge with the divine. The more that we can learn about the divine, the more we can feel the divine, the more that we can experience the divine, internally and externally. Internally and externally. Which means that we don't just connect to the divine just from praying, from meditating. It means that also on the external plane, we keep cultivating that awareness of, oh my gosh, what a divinity, what a divine experience from the people that I see, the nature walks that I get to go out, and I get to go along the Deschutes and go out in the mountains and go along the Sisters and Mount Bachelor and on and on and on, right? This is why why you all live here, because, right, one of the big reasons you love the nature surroundings in Central Oregon. Is this correct? We love it here. So that is also Lakshmi, because Lakshmi ultimately is also Mother Nature. She is Mother Nature. She's constantly providing. So the question that we all have to go into a deep understanding too, and an inquiry is like, how is it possible that there is so much diversity of life? How is it possible that there's just this continuation of life that just keeps happening and nurturing? So this is a really important piece for the Lakshmi perspective in regards to our relationship to Mother Nature. Because she is that aspect of Mother Nature that just keeps giving. God just keeps giving. The waters, the air, the earth. And some might even say the sun. And sometimes they distinguish between more of a little masculine principle or the feminine principle. But ultimately, it's every aspect of consciousness that is the inputs to keep sustaining life. To just keep sustaining life. And not only just sustaining life, it's thriving. Lakshmi is like thriving. She's rich. And she represents the richness of life, the enrichment of life. And when we look at the richness of our lives, just from a personal level, we usually look at the foundation first, and that foundation is our health. Our health represents an incredible abundance. If our health is good, we're good, right? Then we can really set our sights. But if we're really having issues with something in our bodies, it's like, oh my gosh, so much of our attention then goes right to those challenges, right? All of a sudden, so many of our thoughts, our energy, we got to spend so much money on massages, on acupuncture, on doctor's visits, and on and on and on. Just, we got to get this thing fixed. And so then all of a sudden, we're in that focus to support and get our bodies, or in this case, we could also say our minds, back into an optimal state. And then we get it back and we're like, yes, I can go get some French fries now. Pizza party! Right, but that's also part of the celebration. It's the enjoyment. And then from there, an abundance also represents how we come together with our friends, with our families, with our communities, with our cities, with our states, with our nation, at the global level. All of a sudden, it's this look at our ability to connect and work together and support one another and care about each other, and all of a sudden, and make life better for each other. That's a very important Lakshmi principle, that we're thinking about the greater collective. That's a very important Lakshmi principle, and that is kind of under the umbrella of harmony. Harmony is a crucial teaching of Lakshmi, because it's hard to feel like really prosperous, really in your beauty and your radiance and your joy when there's disharmony. Is it hard for you when you're fighting with your loved one or spouse? You got something like, that you're really, struggling, challenged. It takes so much of your mental capacity and resources, emotionally draining, right? It's like, oh God, we need to fix this thing, right? That's more the masculine. We got to fix this. And then the feminine's like, no. We just need to hold it. We need to experience it. We need to be with it. And then we need to love it. And we need to love each other. And then we're going to move through it. And we can allow it to be and just take its process. Now I'm getting into relationship dynamics. But that's an important piece of Lakshmi because she represents harmony in our relationships. And so one of the crucial developments of Lakshmi is developing how to be in harmony with our relationships. Communication, sensitivity, care, compassion. All of this is anchored in our hearts. So Lakshmi, from the yoga perspective, she's right here. Her temple is right here. Her temple is right at your heart. And so when we talk about Lakshmi at the blossoming of the lotus of the heart, that's where the more our hearts open, the more she's ever present. Right? When we have an open heart, we don't mind, giving some money to help somebody else out. We're like, no, I got it. I trust. I'm in a good place. I feel good about life. I'm going to give. But if I'm in scarcity, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to give to that person. I got to take care of me. When we're feeling very heart-centered and open, we just feel a natural giving and receiving. A natural giving and receiving. And so this is what that symbolism here is of this giving and receiving. And not only that, but then it said that she's celebrated. So you see these elephants on the side. This is a very important depiction. The elephants bathing her and showering her. And they said this is the nectar of immortality. She's like the milks of immortality that she's being bathed in. And she's celebrated through the elephants. And elephants themselves represent a great abundance, not only in nature, but of course if you're in India, for example, because obviously it has a lot of Indian cultural context, is that only the royal, families could even dream of having an elephant, because they eat a lot. takes a lot of resources to have an elephant. It takes a lot of care. A horse is enough, right? That's a lot of work to do a horse. Anybody take care of a horse? I always hear, I'm like, wow, that's a lot of work to do, take care of a horse. Now imagine an elephant. It's like 10 times the horse. It's a lot of hay. Big cleanup crew. It's a lot of manure. It's a lot of manure. And ultimately, it's all symbolism. Again, it's technology. Because consciously, you might be like, oh, that's nice. I don't know. It's kind of a cool painting and depiction. Okay, cool. But your subconscious goes, fascinating. I'm interested. Or maybe you're like, I'm not interested. And then if you're not interested, maybe even a better question, why not? What's the resistance with that? Oh, it's Indian. Well, it's not Indian. The reality is all of this is technology for humanity. It's technology for us to evolve our consciousness. And it just so happens that this particular body of teachings has been anchored in a place called India now. It wasn't called India 4,000, 5,000 years ago when these teachings really got anchored. It wasn't called India. It was called Bharat. But even then, it was a different shape. It was a different place, you know. If we were here in Bend, Oregon 1,000 years ago, it wouldn't be called Bend. And there wouldn't be light-colored skinned people here. It just wouldn't be. And there's nothing wrong. Things change. It's the nature of life. Things change. People move around. And so it's important that also with these teachings we recognize that it's not an Indian thing. It's been anchored in India. Absolutely. It's been there for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Definitely. But as my belief goes, I think that the deities wanted to come and experience the United States of America. They wanted to come to Bend, Oregon and go paddleboarding on the Deschutes River with live music at night. The geese, with their butts in the air. It's not about a culture. It's not about a race. It's not about a sexual orientation. It's teachings for humanity to evolve if you unlock the keys. And then you find that inspiration to learn and to grow and to practice. Because more than anything about this tradition, they say it's not just about intellectual. The intellectual is a very small portion of it, because the intellectual portion is still typically in the conscious mind. And if we know anything about the conscious mind, is it's a very small aspect of the mind. The majority of our mind is in the subconscious. When you talk about the deep-seated beliefs that you have for your life, that which is really governing your life, it's in your subconscious mind. Who you think you are, the things that you want to do, all that. It is, almost all of it is anchored in our subconscious mind. And when we talk about deep spiritual growth, it's not conscious. We can consciously approach it, but in the end, we have to anchor it into the subconscious. And that anchoring into the subconscious is done through regular practice. Regular application of the practice. And so we regularly practice in this yoga tradition by doing mantra practice, by doing asanas, postures, by doing breath work, pranayama, by doing meditation, dhyana, by bringing our senses inward, pratyahara, and then ultimately doing our best to create the container to keep connecting to our spirit on a regular basis. This is not just every Sunday. It's not a Sunday thing. It's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday thing. And the yogis knew, because if you're not going to make headway, or very little headway, a once-a-week program. How many of you have established a good practice or a habit of some kind? My guess is that you didn't do it once a week. You didn't do it once a week. If you really got into something, you did it every day. And my guess is you did it for more than just 5 minutes. You probably did it for 10, 20, 30, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. And the thing is, our bad habits can also be established just like that. Regular basis. Oh, I just regularly do this same thing. And I keep doing it, and I've established a really good groove, and now I have a really bad habit. I have a really bad habit. And you know what's the thing about bad habits is, just like good habits, they're hard to untrench. Those grooves are deep. And it's hard to break. The worse the habit, then it becomes an addiction. And now we have a whole nother challenge. Because now the mind is so set on a certain pattern that, woo, that's going to be challenging to change that groove. And typically, for those of you who probably have dealt with dealing with an addiction, a huge part of that change from an addictive pattern is to establish a new pattern. Establish a new pattern, a new way of being, a new way of thought, a connection to a higher power, higher source. Been to an AA meeting? First step, acknowledge that there's a higher power. And so this is a way from the yoga tradition to acknowledge that there's a higher power. Somehow, some way, we're always being provided for. Somehow, some way, we're always being provided for. And you can say, well, yeah, but I mean, I worked and I went to the grocery store and I, bought the food and I prepared the food. And yeah, but you ask a farmer and they say, how much control and power do you have over your crops? Can you force the tree to give the crops or the plants to give the crops? Oh, you can just create the nurturing, give it the water, give it the love, however you tend the soils. Maybe you're really into it and you sing to them or you talk to the plants, This one needs a little talking to, by the way. Needs some more singing too. Hey, this one's doing good though. That's a happy plant over there. So that nurturing, this is what we come back to, Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the nurturing. She's that aspect of consciousness that is constantly nurturing. And because we are consciousness, because we are Mother Nature, we have that nurturing ability. And we can nurture others just like, crucial, right, parents? What would happen if you didn't nurture your kids? You have a situation. And then, if you put that nurturing into yourself, you get to see the fruits of what you nurture. If you nurture the soul and the spirit, then you get to see the fruits of it. You get to see the endless fruiting of your commitment to yourself. And not your ego self, obviously. We have plenty of that. But we're talking about the commitment to that timeless self. The commitment that nurtures that deepest essence of your being. And this is Bhakti Yoga in a nutshell. Because Bhakti Yoga is the yoga of devotion. It's the yoga of the heart. It's the yoga of love and connection to the heart. And so we literally, not just, oh yeah, it's a nice thing to do. It's like, no, we make it a practice. We make it a practice to cultivate how can we nurture our hearts? How can we nurture our souls on a daily basis? That's the Lakshmi way. That's the Lakshmi teachings. And it looks different for everybody. And this is an important piece. It looks different for everybody. Some people it's being a parent. Some people it's being a gardener. Some people, it's serving in your community in different ways. Some people, it's praying. Some people, it's giving. On and on and on. And Lakshmi has no issues with money, by the way, because she's a reminder of like, hey, there's an infinite supply. Infinite supply. So for her, she's not, that consciousness isn't getting hung up on the money piece. Have we ever gotten to that place where it's so nice, right? When you get to that place where it's like, whatever. I'm so happy to spend money here, spend money there, give money here, give money there. No problem. I know more's coming. No problem. And the trippy thing about it is, though, that even within that mindset, that's a certain mindset, and then the next minute, you can go back into lack. You could be like, I'm in abundance mode, I'm in lack. You're like, I am so abundant, stock market just crashed. Holy crap! Don't spend anything. Just like that, the mindset switches. Just like that, the mindset switches. And then our practice, come back into that state of consciousness. And again, so that how we do that from the yoga perspective is we come back to the iconography, we could come back to the stories, we could come back to the mantras. And then, of course, not only is it an internal journey, it's an external journey. So maybe it's just like, you know what? I'm feeling lack, and I'm gonna go against that lack consciousness, and I'm gonna give, even when I'm not feeling like giving. Oh, that's a tough one. You're running up against your own programming. And how many of you have a story of where you gave when you didn't really want to give, or you really, yeah, but then you felt the blessing of that? Have you felt that before? Have you felt that? So from this perspective, we would say that's your Lakshmi consciousness blossoming. That's the lotus flower, a deeper trust, because it's such a huge part of our hearts and the Lakshmi essence is we got to trust. How can you love without trusting? How can you love without trusting? And we all know, most of us probably are in relationships of some form or another. Actually, I know you're all in relationships of some form or another. That's just the nature of humanity. And we got to trust. A life that you're just constantly living in doubt and fear, it's a very poor life. It's a poor life. Constant conspiracy theories, government's out to get me, other people are out to get me. It's a poor life. A trusting life, I trust in my partner, I trust in my kids and my family, I trust in my community, I trust even in my nation, even though I know there's some weird stuff going on. I know there's some shady stuff going on, but I still trust in the overall collective because look at what's happening in Bend, Oregon. Aren't we living a good life? Somehow this is still part of the United States of America. I don't know who the political parties involved in right now, but this is still happening. So can we at least trust in the goodness of humanity? Because somehow 300 plus million people have agreed to have a shared belief in something called the United States of America. And because of that and the certain values that we've all shared to a certain degree, we have Bend, Oregon, like the way we have Bend, Oregon right now. And that means that a lot of people had to trust. They had to trust. They had to trust in other people they don't even know. I don't know who's working on the roads, who's doing the electricity, who's doing the plumbing, who built this incredible sanctuary. I don't know who did it. Someone did. People did it, and we trusted. So trust is like, wow, what an abundance. What a prosperous life when we trust. A really, really crucial piece of Lakshmi. I think that'll probably be a good place to end this talk, is the prosperity of trust, the prosperity of harmony, the prosperity of health, the prosperity of Mother Nature. On and on and on. That we can anchor into our consciousness, that we can give gratitude for, because the ultimate overarching thing of all of it, or the foundation of all of it, is gratitude. Gratitude. Lakshmi is the queen of gratitude. The queen of gratitude. No complaints out of Lakshmi's mouth. Just gratitude. Yeah, beautiful. So, do we move into a meditation? No? Okay, great. So come up and seat it up straight. And what I want us to do just for a moment, a few rounds, is a little bit of breath. So bring your fingertips together right between, at kind of the base of your spine, or as close as you can get there. And then what I want you to do is I want to sip through the mouth. And then you're going to exhale through the nose. And then as you sip through the mouth, you're going to go like, here's your lotus seed. And you're going to go up to the heart, and it's going to blossom at the heart. And then just like the elephants are bathing Lakshmi, you're going to sip in the nectar of immortality. And then you're going to offer it all just back, because that's all this life is, giving and receiving. Sip it in. And exhale and give it back. Take in the breath, take in the nectar. Open the heart. And exhale and give it back. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, give it back. 2 more times. Biggest deep breath. Last one. And slowly release. And then just relax your hands on your knees. And just anchor into your heart space. Visualize a golden lotus blossoming at your heart. And all these things I talked about. Now, if you want to, you can also visualize this depiction of Lakshmi at your heart. And the thing that she loves the most is that beautiful mantra essence. So we subtly, maybe just internally, I'll say it out loud, but you bring it inside, bring it into your heart. And we bring the mantra in. Om Shri Maha Lakshmiye Namaha. Om Shri Maha Lakshmiye Namaha. Om Shri Maha Lakshmiye Namaha. Om Lakshmi Namaha. You just bring it in. I'll do it out loud, and you guys just do it inside. Om Shrim Maha Lakshmi Namaha. 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 Om Shrim Maha Lakshmi. Inhale very deeply. Hold the breath. Hold it and relax your whole body. Exhale. And then slowly open your eyes. Namaste, everyone. May Lakshmi continue to just overflow in your life. Thank you. We'll do the collections now. No, I'm just kidding. She has a sense of humor, you know, come on. Kevin liked that one, right? Thank you all. Truly such a blessing to be here with you all and share with you all. And we just inspire each other, you know. We're inspiring each other. Yeah. What now? Yeah, Greg, Anastasia, come on up. I was feeling this one so much. I think this is what we got to do. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And just breathe, breathe in this life, breathe in this love, breathe into your hearts, and just breathe, breathe in this life, breathe in this love, breathe into your hearts, and just breathe, breathe in this life, breathe in this love, breathe into your hearts, and just breathe, breathe in this life, breathe in this love, breathe into your hearts. Let's try that. And just breathe, breathe in this life, life. Breathe in this love. Breathe into your heart. And just breathe. Breathe in this life. Breathe in this love. Breathe into your hearts. And just breathe. Breathe in this life. Breathe in this love. Breathe into your hearts. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. This is a time for we're going to move into prayer. And if you're newish to Unity, prayer is something you can rename if you want to. It's an affirmation. It's affirming what we know is truth. So as we move into what we'll call prayer, also keep in mind that in Unity in particular, we're not asking an outside source for anything. We're not begging. We're not beseeching. We're just affirming, and we always go inside. That's where Spirit lives, God, the great mystery. So if you're even in prayer, if you're asking in prayer, you're really just asking yourself to remember your divinity. So let's try it. We affirm the divine within us, in each heart in this room. There's the seed of the divine. We claim that we remember through the messages, through the gurus, through the teachers, through the books, through the leaders, to the amazing, average, beautiful person next door, that there is divine everywhere. And we affirm that we are going to open our eyes and see the divine everywhere. And every person, every encounter, every lesson, every caterpillar, every butterfly, every beautiful puppy dog with little brown eyes, and goats. There is divine. And so we claim, we affirm, we know that divinity in us sees the divinity in others. And so it is. You have prayer claim forms if you'd like to fill one out in the backs of the chairs. There's a green form. You can fill it out. You can do it online here and send it in, and our prayer team will respond to you personally if you request it, or we'll just hold it in prayer if you'd rather. Our whole team will hold it in prayer, and we'll also send it to Silent Unity, where we prayed upon 24/7 for a month. It's powerful stuff. You've heard the stories of success here before, and they're unlimited. It's abundance, it's unlimited. So take a moment, fill those out, and Dave and our team here will sing our I am salt. Good morning. Anybody here for the first time today? We have any visitors that just happened to stumble upon this amazing place? Welcome. Hello. Anybody else? Anybody else on the other side? You feel like saying hello? Tell us your name, where you're from. Claire can bring the mic back to you. We just have a mic because we have people online who want to know what's going on. They feel a little left out when they can't be here, so we're going to stay online.
I'm here. My wife was here, I think, a few weeks ago. So, yeah, I'm here with my 2 boys, my wife, and we're here from California. So,
nice.
Barely moved here, so we are excited to be part of this. And yeah.
Welcome, welcome. What was your name? Edward. I might have missed it. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else new? First time? Second time? Third time? Fourth time? Fifth time? 8th? 12th? 100? Okay, good. All right, we got you covered then. All right, so now's the time we can channel our inner Lakshmi and bring up our baskets. Thanks for that lead-in, by the way, Ananda. That was perfect. Bring our greeters on up here. And what if we imagine that whatever we put into here is going to be returned tenfold? And we don't know how, and we don't know when, but we know it will. What if we gave with that intention? What would that feel like? So whatever you can put in here, let's multiply it by 10, 100, whatever. And if you can't put anything in, please just put your blessing on it. We're going to let the baskets touch every hand so you can at least put your loving energy in there, because that's abundance, and we'll take it. We'll take it. So thank you. We'll go ahead and send these out here.
I got gratitude in my heart. I got gratitude in my soul.
I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you.
And thank you.
I just want to say thank you for it all. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. I got gratitude in my heart.
I got
Gratitude in my soul. I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you.
Merci beaucoup.
I just want to say thank you for it all. Thank you for it all.
Muchas gracias.
Gratitude in my heart.
In my heart.
Gratitude in my soul.
In my soul, baby.
I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you.
Thank you too.
I just want to say thank you for it all. Thank you for it all.
Oh,
Hey, Kevin.
we're going to bless these, and then you can go
Kevin, I think we should put Lakshmi on the dollar bill.
on the dollar
Yeah,
bill.
yeah,
That's a
yeah.
good idea, yeah. Okay. From the love of pure spirit within us, we bless these gifts. We send them forth to heal, bless, and prosper. They are evidence of our faith and belief. They do good work in the world and return to us multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Yes, and yes, now you can run away. Don't forget, Ananda's got CDs, I believe. Ananda, did you bring CDs today? He's got CDs and probably some beautiful jewelry? Just CDs. Okay, that's beautiful enough. So grab some of his music. We have almost all of his music, and absolutely, like she said, it's actually beautiful, beautiful music to listen to all the time. So indulge in that, treat yourself. And also we have our little book table in the back, which Sonia's going to be hosting for some spiritual books if you're interested afterwards. Okay? With our prayer of intention now, we're going to set ourselves off into the world to see what we can do this week. Holy light shines within and all around me, a presence of love that is always there. I am that presence. I am
a radiant field of love
energy. I am holy light. My essence cradles and guides me. I am a gift in this world. I go forth from here in joy to bless the world with my loving light. So it is. Have a beautiful week, everybody.
I got gratitude in my heart.
In my heart.
Gratitude in my soul.
In my soul, baby.
I just want to say thank you.
Gracias.
I just want to say thank you.
Have a great week.
I just want to say thank you for it all.